So, hi guys, welcome back to the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. It's match number 19 of this year's Men's T20 World Cup. Australia taking on Zimbabwe at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. Australia winning the toss and electing to bowl first today. So Zimbabwe are batting first. Brian Bennett and Marumani are opening the batting for Zimbabwe. Ben Dwarshuis is bowling the first over for Australia. Starts with a dot ball. Second ball of the over coming up. When Brian Bennett goes to the drive again, unable to make connection. Back-to-back dot balls. Obviously, Australia suffered a major blow. Mitchell Marsh has been going through an injury, so he has not been available for the first couple of matches. That's why Travis Head is captaining the side. And Australia did really well against Ireland actually. They demolished Ireland, now up against Zimbabwe here. It's on the path, flicked away by Brian Bennett towards deep square leg. And get off the mark here, Zimbabwe. Brian Bennett gets off the mark with a couple of runs. Ben Dwarshuis there. Ben Dwarshuis just bowling it onto the pads there of Brian Bennett. Just look at just go through the team changes today for both these teams. As far as Zimbabwe are concerned, Tony Munyonga and Graham Creamer are into the playing 11 today in place of Richard Nkarava and Brendan Taylor. Oh, appeal for a catch here. Umpire says not out. Are they going to discuss to go for the review here? Josh Inglis wants it reviewed. They have gone for the review. Need to have a look at this. Obviously, Brendan Taylor has been ruled out of the tournament for Zimbabwe. But Richard Nkarava, dropping a bowler of the caliber of Richard Nkarava is a big surprise actually. He's a good quality bowler actually for Zimbabwe. But he has been dropped today, and Graham Creamer has made his way back into the playing 11. So flat line as the ball passes the bat. Decision will remain not out. Yes, it is. So Australia have lost a review here. As far as Australia are concerned, Cooper Connolly and Xavier Bartlett have been dropped, and Tim David and Ben Dwarshuis are playing today in the playing 11. Those are the team changes. That's driven in the air over the top of covers, and Brian Bennett will pick up another couple of runs. So it looks like Tim David has finally recovered from his injury. That's why he's playing today. And Ben Dwarshuis is as well a good all-round option. Cooper Connolly, unfortunately, ever since the Big Bash, he hasn't been able to contribute much with the bat. So maybe that is why he has been dropped. Even Xavier Bartlett has been dropped from the playing 11 today. So last ball of the over coming up. Oh, that goes through again. Another absolute jaffa. Nipping back in a little bit. It goes through Brian Bennett. Another dot ball to finish the over. 4 runs came from that over. And Zimbabwe are now 4 without loss after 1 over. Zimbabwe are now Zimbabwe are now 4 without loss after 1 over. Marcus Stoinis is the new bowler into the attack now for Australia. He's going to be bowling the second over. Tadiwanashe Marumani is going to be on strike. So here's Marcus Stoinis, second over of the innings. Wide down the leg side to start. Has to reload that one again. Both these teams winning their first game. This is the second match for both the teams. And one of these teams will be picking up their second win and continuing their winning run in this tournament. That's why it becomes a very important game. In case Zimbabwe wins today, their chances of qualifying for the Super 8 increases. A short and wide cut away again with straight to point. Another dot ball. Zimbabwe have defeated Oman. If they can defeat Australia, they have another match against Ireland. Even if they lose against Sri Lanka, they can beat Ireland and they can go through to the Super 8. Every match becomes important in this round. Australia still have to play against Sri Lanka as well. That will be another tough game for them. That's it down the ground. Oh, mid-on does well. And Tadiwanashe Marumani picks up, gets off the mark with a single. So Brian Bennett is back on strike. Oh, that's on the pads. Looking to flick it away. It's gone off the pads. Should be one leg bias, I think. Yes, it is one leg bias. Brendan Taylor getting ruled out of the tournament is a big setback for Zimbabwe actually. Tony Munyonga is playing today. He's a really good batter, no doubt about that. Zimbabwe have gone in with an extra spinner today because of our Premadasa Stadium. Oh, that's short and that's pulled away in the air though. Fielder running across, can't get it. One bounce to deep square leg. And Marumani picks up another single. Nearly hold out at deep square leg there. Taking on the short ball. Two more deliveries left in this over. Brian Bennett is back on strike. And that's on the stumps again. Brian Bennett defends it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Marcus Stoinis. So last ball of the over coming up. And that's it down the ground to mid-on. And another dot ball to finish the over. 4 runs came from that over. And Zimbabwe are now 8 without loss after 2 overs. Well, Zimbabwe have defeated Australia before in the T20 World Cup in 2007, the inaugural edition. Zimbabwe ended up defeating Australia in that edition of the T20 World Cup, if anyone remembers. Oh, goes for the pull again, unable to make connection. Dot ball to start. Ben Dwarshuis continuing into his second over. Well, Zimbabwe have done some good things in this. The Zimbabwe have done some good things in World Cups in the past. If you see, Zimbabwe defeated India in the 1999 Cricket World Cup. Well, that's a good shot, fantastic shot in the gap, and that'll be the first boundary of this innings. Beautifully driven there by Tadiwana Shea Murmani. A little bit of width on offer. So good with the drive there. Picks up his first boundary. This time it's picked up leg side, and that's gone the gap again. Another boundary, back-to-back boundaries from Tadiwana Shea Murmani. Once again, a little too full this time from Dwarshuis, just angling onto the pads a little bit. And Murmani is so good with the pickup shot, picks up another boundary. This time it's on the pads again, flicked away by Murmani towards deep square leg, and picks up another single. Coming back to what I was trying to say, Zimbabwe have defeated India in the 1999 ODI Cricket World Cup. Then Zimbabwe defeated Australia in the 2007 T20 World Cup. And then after that, Zimbabwe defeated Pakistan in T20 World Cup 2022. So these are the major upsets which Zimbabwe have cost to big teams in World Cup history. And Bennett gives himself room, drives it down the ground to mid-off, can't get any run. Dot ball here. One more delivery left in this over. Last ball of the over. Goes for a scoop, unable to make contact. Another dot ball to finish the over. 9 runs came from that over. And Zimbabwe are now 17 without loss after 3 overs. Glenn Maxwell into the attack, and straight away Marumani goes for the reverse sweep, gets it over the top and picks up a boundary to start the over. What a way to welcome a new bowler to the crease. Glenn Maxwell, little bit of change of pace, bringing spin into the attack. It doesn't matter as far as Marumani is concerned. Starts the over the boundary. This time it's a full delivery and Marumani drives it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. Brian Bennett is back on strike. Third ball of the over. Sit away leg side again. It's in the gap. They might push for two. No, they won't. Just a single. Brian Bennett has actually faced 12 balls, scored only 5 runs. Very unlike Brian Bennett. Normally, he likes to deal in boundaries. The teams batting first have had a good success rate at the R. Premadasa Stadium. Goes for the reverse again, gets it over the top again, and that will be another boundary. So Marumani is in aggressive mode here. Second time he's gone for that switch hit, and second time he's nailed it into the fence for 4 in this over. This time Marumani says he's going to play the conventional slog sweep and picks up another boundary. Third boundary in this over. And what has happened here to Maxwell? 14 runs from this over so far. Still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over is full and it's driven straight to covers. Another dot ball to finish the over. 14 runs came from that over and Zimbabwe are now 31 without loss after 4 overs. So Matt Kuhneman is the new bowler into the attack now for Australia. Brian Bennett on strike. And straight away Bennett takes him on and clears mid-on. And that will be Bennett's first boundary today. Again, welcoming the bowler with a boundary. Great way to start the over for Zimbabwe. Second ball of the over coming up, moves across his stumps, pulls it away straight to square leg. Another dot ball from Matt Kuhneman. third ball of the over coming up. Oh, gives himself room. It was a full toss. And Brian Bennett tries it straight to covers. Another dot ball. Can say he got away with it. Not the best of delivery there from Kuhneman. That's driven again straight to covers. So another dot ball here. 3 consecutive dot balls from Matt Kuhneman. This time he goes leg side and it's gone all the way as it. No, 1 bounce and into the boundary for 4 towards deep mid wicket. Second boundary in this over. Once again Brian Bennett hitting through the line and hitting it leg side towards deep mid wicket for another boundary. Last ball of the over, goes for a sweep again towards deep mid wicket, picks up another single to finish the over. 9 runs came from that over and Zimbabwe are now 40 without loss after 5 overs. Nathan Ellis is the new bowler into the attack now for Australia. Brian Bennett is on strike. And it's a wide down the leg side, is it? No, I'm not quite. No, it's not a wide. It's a dot ball to start the over. Bowled really well in the previous game, Nathan Ellis. This time it's driven past mid-off. That's 4 more. So Brian Bennett continuing to find the boundaries here. Beautifully driven past that fielder at mid-off. Picks up his 3rd boundary in this innings. This time it's on the pads, pulled away again towards deep mid wicket, and Brian Bennett picks up another single. Adivanashe Marmani is back on strike. Oh, that's on the stumps, a little bit of an edge. towards third man. Another dot ball. Slow ball there from Nathan Ellis. Well, that's pulled in the air though. But has he got enough on it? I'm not quite sure. Lands short of that fielder once again. How lucky have both these batters been so far? Another couple of runs for Tadiwana Marumani. Once again going for that pull shot and not nailing it perfectly. Landing short of that fielder. Tell you what, if Zimbabwe can post a decent score on the board, 150-160. It's not easy to chase at the R. Premadasa Stadium, Colombo. Even Australia can struggle actually. It's a decent start here from Zimbabwe, no doubt about that. Oh, the slow ball there, goes for the pull, unable to make connection. Another dot ball to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over. And Zimbabwe are now 47 without loss after 6 overs after the launch phase. And it's also the time for the drinks break. Adam Zampa is the new bowler into the attack. Another boundary for Brian Bennett. 50 partnership comes up. Partnership of 52 from 39 balls between Brian Bennett and Marumani. Marumani is back on strike. 50 also comes up. And what a start this is for Zimbabwe. Who would have thought that they'll get off to a start like this and get to a decent total? It's game on actually. If you can be in a situation like this against Australia in a World Cup, 99 times out of 100, it's a good situation. That's swept away again by Marumani. That might go away for 4. Yes, it does. Second boundary in this over. Australia feeling the pressure here. Both these openers have decided to take on the bowlers. 9 runs from this over so far. Still 2 balls left. This time looking to punch it away. Beats the inside edge of the bat. And another dot ball from Adam Zampa. Last ball of the over. Goes for the sweep again. Towards that same region, but deep mid wicket comes around, does well. So Marumani picks up another single to finish the over. 10 runs came from that over. And Zimbabwe are now 57 without loss after 7 overs. Current run rate is 8.14. Marcus Stoyne is back into the attack. That's a full delivery again. Tadiwanashe Marumani drives it back to the bowler. Another dot ball to start the over. Mitchell Stark has retired. Pat Cummins has been ruled out of the tournament. Josh Hazelwood ruled out of the tournament. So plenty of headaches as far as Australia are concerned. That's edged past the keeper for more. Marumani continuing to find the boundaries here. 7th boundary for him. Just getting it past the keeper into the fence. This is some start here for Zimbabwe. Oh, that's edge. This time taken. So finally the wicket which Australia were looking for. Once again went for that same cut shot. And he's nicked it through to Josh Inglis behind the stumps. Stoinis gets the breakthrough for Australia. Much needed wicket because both these openers were running away with it. A really good catch from Josh Inglis behind the stumps. And finally, Australia can breathe. Now got a breakthrough here. Tadiwanashe Marumani is gone after scoring 35 from 21 balls, and Zimbabwe are now 61 for 1 after 7.3 overs. So Ryan Burl is the new batter to the crease. A surprising decision. Ryan Burl coming in at number 3. He is a power hitter. He's known to play some big shots. The 4th ball of the over coming up. Ryan Burl on strike. Short ball pulled away by Ryan Burl. Gets off the mark with a single. And this is where I think Zimbabwe has some headaches because Dion Myers hasn't looked convincing for them. Brendan Taylor also ruled out of the tournament, so that is why I think Ryan Burl has been promoted up the order, number 3, to see whether he can make a contribution. And Brian Bennett is back on strike. 5th ball of the over coming up. And that's it down the ground again towards long on. And they're pushing for 2 here. Really good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Brian Bennett. The last ball of the over coming up. It's a wide down the leg side. So Marcus Stoinis has to reload that one again. The last ball of the over coming up. Oh, it's gone off the pads, and Brian Bennett will pick up 1 leg boys to finish the over. 9 runs came from that over, and Zimbabwe are now 66 for 1 after 8 overs. So Adam Zampa continuing into his second over. Brian Bennett hits it down the ground to long on. They're pushing for 2. That's good running. Another couple of runs to start the over. Second ball of the over coming up. Flicked away again, down the ground again. Will they push for 2? No, just a single this time for Brian Bennett. Ryan Burl is back on strike. Third ball of the over. Goes for the reverse. Oh, appeal for LBW here. Maybe outside the line. Umpire says not out. Three more deliveries left in this over. Quicker delivery on the pads, flicked away by Ryan Pearl towards deep square leg and picks up another single. Shot this time. Brian Bennett goes for the pull. Doesn't get it properly, doesn't connect it properly. Another dot ball here. The last ball of the over coming up. Goes for a drive again, Brian Bennett towards deep extra covers. He'll push for 2 here. And another couple of runs to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over, and Zimbabwe are now 72 for 1 after 9 overs. A change of bowling here. Cameron Green is the new bowler into the attack for Australia. Really good all-rounder, no doubt about that. Most expensive buy in the IPL as well. IPL auction this year. Coming around the wicket to Ryan Pearl. Goes for the pull. It's towards the keeper. And Ryan Pearl picks up another single. Cameron Green, the most expensive buy of this year's IPL auction. Can he prove a point in this T20 World Cup as well? Kolkata Knight Riders bought Cameron Green for the IPL. Oh, that's a beauty there. Beats the outside edge of Brian Bennett. Another dot ball. Cameron Green was bought by KKR for 25.2 crores in this year's IPL auction. So he needs to prove his worth here in this T20 World Cup. That's driven again by Brian Bennett towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. Obviously, IPL will start immediately after this T20 World Cup. The T20 World Cup will end on March 8th. IPL will start a week after that. So there's no, as far as cricket entertainment is concerned, it will keep on coming continuously. That is for sure. Flicked away again by Ryan Pearl and picks up another single. It's non-stop cricket entertainment for all the cricket fans, that is for sure. T20 World Cup followed by the IPL, followed by India Tour of England will be there. Then you have the Women's T20 World Cup as well coming up later in the year. So many tournaments. Over the keeper, and they look for 2 here. Yes, they are coming back for a second, and they'll make it. So wide plus the couple of runs, three extra runs to the batting team. And Cameron Green has to reload that one again. Zimbabwe is still maintaining a decent current run rate here. And never know actually if they can get to a good score. R. Premadasa Stadium, Colombo is not like Indian conditions. Very, very hard to chase down totals. I mean, in Indian conditions, 180, 190 will seem like a cakewalk for the chasing team. Or even 170 might seem like a cakewalk, but not at the R. Premadasa Stadium. Not in Sri Lankan conditions. In Sri Lankan conditions, sometimes even the easiest of run chases will look tough. Because their conditions are much different when compared to India. In fact, I would say that Australia find themselves unlucky playing all of their matches at Sri Lanka actually. Because when you're playing in those conditions, you need to beware if you are chasing a big total. Last ball of the over coming up. Ryan ball on strike. Oh, he goes for the pull shot. Appeal for a catch here. Appeal for caught behind. Umpire says not out. Josh Inglis has a laugh about it. Well, Travis Head is going for the review here. So I need to have a look at this. I don't think I heard anything on that. Gone for the review. Doesn't appear to be any bat involved. No bat involved in that, so the decision will remain not out. And not out it is. So another dot ball to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over. And Zimbabwe are now 79 for 1 after 10 overs at the halfway mark of this innings. So Matt Kuhneman is back into the attack, into his second over. Wicket delivery, flicked away down the ground again. Flicked away towards deep mid wicket. Brian Bennett picks up another single. Keep following the scores. We'll be back. I will be back again soon. Keep following the scores until then. Hi guys, I'm back. 13th over of the innings. Matt Kuhneman now into his third over. And this is a great start here from Zimbabwe, no doubt about that. Second ball of the over coming up. It's on the pads, flicked away by Ryan Pearl towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. 100 comes up for Zimbabwe. 100 comes up in 12.2 overs at the loss of 1 wicket. Partnership now 39 from 29 balls between Brian Bennett and Ryan Pearl. Kuhneman now over the wicket to Brian Bennett. Brian Bennett flicks it away leg side towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Now this time goes for a reverse sweep, gets it over the fielders, and that's 4 more. This is exactly why Ryan Pearl was promoted to number 3, I guess. He has all these shots in his armory. Pulls out the reverse sweep, picks up his third boundary in this innings, moves to 25 now from just 18 balls. This time it's a quicker delivery and Ryan Pearl punches it back to the bowler. Another dot ball here. Last ball of the over. On the pads again, flicked away by Ryan Pearl towards deep mid wicket, towards deep square leg. Picks up another single to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over, and Zimbabwe are now 106 for 1 after 13 overs. So Ben Dorshus is back into the attack, into his third over. And it's full and on the pads, flicked away again, out down towards deep square leg. And Ryan Pearl picks up another single. Brian Bennett is back on strike, partnership 46 from 34 balls. Bennett goes over the top, over mid-off, and that's 1 bounce 4. So continuing to find the boundaries. 50 partnership now between these two batters. Partnership of 50 from 35 balls between Brian Bennett and Ryan Pearl. Brian Bennett moves into the 40s, his 5th boundary in this innings. Third ball of the over, goes for the pull shot, Brian Bennett. Clears the field. It won't reach the boundary, but he'll pick up another couple of runs here. Couple of runs for Brian Bennett. Three more deliveries left in this over. Around the wicket now, Dwarshuis. Bennett goes for the pull. And it's in the gap again. Long on comes around, does well. But Bennett can only pick up a single this time around. So Ryan Burl is back on strike. Two more deliveries left in this over. Oh, that's a short ball. He goes for the pull, misses it. It's a wide, I think. Yeah, it's given as a wide actually. Too high from Dwarshuis. Attempted slow ball there. What a batting performance this has been from Zimbabwe. It will take some time to sink in actually. They're playing against Australia. Former world champions of this format. And Zimbabwe are putting on a show here. It's full again. It's hit down the ground by Ryan Pearl towards long on. And picks up another single. Well, Zimbabwe are putting on a show. Can they defeat Australia once again in T20 World Cup history? They did it in 2007. Can they do it again in 2026, 19 years apart? Last ball of the over coming up. Brian Bennett on strike. Gives himself room and nets it away towards deep extra covers. He can push for two here. Another couple of runs to finish the over. 12 runs came from that over. Zimbabwe are now 118 for 1 after 14 overs, and it's also the time for the drinks break. Adam Zampa is back into the attack now. 2 dot balls to start this over. 15th over of this innings. Zimbabwe trying to get to 150, 160. This time it's flicked away again towards mid on, towards long on, and Ryan Burl picks up another single. Brian Bennett is back on strike. 3 more deliveries left in this over. That's cut away beautifully in the gap, and that'll run away for 4 as well. Yes, it will. Zimbabwe really going good here. Partnership now 62 from 43 balls. Brian Bennett moves to 49 with that boundary. Beautifully punched through the covers for 4. This time it's tossed up again, and Brian Bennett hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. 50 for Brian Bennett. It's been an outstanding knock. 50 from 43 balls with 6 boundaries at a strike rate of 116.28. Under pressure against a team like Australia. Brian Bennett leading from the front. Still 5 more overs left after this. 170, 180 might be a good total to defend. Last ball of the over coming up. And Ryan Burl flicks it away leg side. Towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over from Adam Zampa, and Zimbabwe are now 125 for 1 after 15 overs. Marcus Stoinis is back into the attack now for Australia. And straight away Ryan Burl swings it leg side towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Brian Bennett is back on strike. Second ball of the over coming up. Oh, it's gone through the legs through to the keeper. It's a good Yorker there from Marcus Stoinis. It's gone straight through Brian Bennett's legs through to the keeper. Another dot ball. And this time it's driven again by Brian Bennett towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. 2 singles in this over, still 3 balls left. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. Ryan Burl is on strike. Stoin is coming around the wicket to Ryan Burl. And Burl smashes it back past the bowler, and that's 4 more. So Ryan Burl deciding to open up, bludgeoning it back past the bowler into the boundary for 4. He picks up his 4th boundary. Zimbabwe seriously doing something here. Full toss, and it's hit back at Marcus Stoinis. Another dot ball here. I could have hit it anywhere actually. It was not a good delivery there from Stoinis. A high full toss asking to be hit for Ryan Burl. And I think it's Marcus Stoinis has put it down, but it was hit too hard actually from Ryan Burl. And Marcus Stoinis has injured himself, has hurt himself in the process. So he might have to undergo some treatment here. Well, Stoinis is walking off, and this is not a good sign at all. This is absolutely not a good sign. Stoinis is walking off the field. So it's getting from bad to worse for Australia. Who is going to complete this over? That is the big question. Dear oh dear, Australia. So Cameron Green is going to be completing this over. 1 more delivery left in this over. Injury concerns are mounting now for Australia. Already Mitchell Marsh has suffered an injury. Josh Hazelwood ruled out. Pat Cummins ruled out. Now even Marcus Stoinis has gone back because of an injury. So last ball of the over from Cameron Green. And that's a top edge in the air. Could be out here. It is. So the bowling change has worked for that one delivery. Ryan Burl going for the pull shot, getting the top edge. Simple catch at short third man. And finally the partnership has been broken. Cameron Green having to complete that over which Marcus Stoinis was bowling has picked up the wicket for Australia. But a really good partnership in the end. A partnership of 70 from 51 balls has been broken. A good knock. Ryan Burl gone after scoring 35 from 30 balls, and Zimbabwe are now 131 for 2 after 16 overs. So Sikandar Raza is the new batter to the crease. Perfect time for him to come in. It's still 4 more overs to go. Nathan Ellis is back into the attack. And Brian Bennett drives it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. Sikandar Raza is back on strike. Second ball of the over coming up. We need to get 170. Punched away by Sikandar Raza towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. The third ball of the over coming up. Gave himself room there to access the offside, but unable to make connection. Another dot ball from Nathan Ellis. Three more deliveries left in this over. Oh, that's another good Yorker. And Brian Bennett gets an inside edge. Picks up another single. Sikandar Raza back on strike. Sikandar Raza is a finisher. He needs some lusty blows here. Fifth ball of the over. Oh, extra bounce there. Sikandar Raza looking to flick it away. Gets it on the pads. Another dot ball from Nathan Ellis. So good over here for Australia. Just 3 runs coming from this over from Nathan Ellis. One more delivery left. The last ball of the over coming up. It's driven again by Sikandar Raza down the ground to mid-off. Another single to finish the over. 4 runs came from that over, and Zimbabwe are now 135 for 2 after 17 overs. Three more overs left in the innings, and Ben Dwarshuis is going to be bowling the 18th over. Sikandar Raza is on strike. Dwarshuis coming around the wicket. Oh, that's helped on its way. That's past fine leg. That's 4. That's what is needed for Zimbabwe. Need more of that now. Boundary to start the over. Just helped on its way. Raza with his first boundary in this innings. The second ball of the over coming up. Comes down the wicket, swings and misses. It's a dot ball here. A big swing there from Sikandar Raza. So overs number 18 to 20 is the slog phase, finish phase as they call it. Slow ball smashed away by Raza for 4. Picked the slow ball really well there, Sikandar Raza, and smashed it towards deep extra covers for another boundary. This game is on for Zimbabwe, no doubt about that. Back over the wicket now to Ashwis. That's a short ball pulled away by Raza towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. And now Bennett goes big. Fielder! Oh my goodness, he's put it down. He's put it down at deep mid wicket. And Brand Bennett picks up a couple of runs. He survives there. He went for the pull shot. Very unlike Australia to be dropping catches like this. Should have been a straightforward catch. But it's been put down. How costly is that going to prove? So last ball of the over coming up. 11 runs from this over so far. He goes down the ground and just clears mid off, and that'll be 4 more. 150 comes up for Zimbabwe. An expensive over there from Ashwis. 15 runs came from that over, and Zimbabwe are now 150 for 2 after 18 overs. So 2 more overs left in this innings, and Adam Zampa is back into the attack now for Australia. Is bowling the penultimate over. How often do you see spinners bowling penultimate overs? That's swung away leg side by Raza. Going to push for 2 here. Going to push for 2. Yes, good fielding at deep square leg. And another couple of runs for Sikandar Raza. So they've gotten past 150. Can they get to 170? Slowly push above that. Second ball of the over. That's hit away down the ground by Raza towards long off and picks up another single. Ten more deliveries left in this innings. Brian Bennett is back on strike. Third ball of the over. Bennett swings leg side. Again, deep mid wicket is there. Brian Bennett picks up another single. So a good start to this over. 4 runs from this over so far from Zampa. They'll need a big shot here. And Raza goes big. It's only gone high. It hasn't gone long enough, I think. Fielder can't get to it. Goodness me. Lands safely. And Sikandar Raza picks up another single. Well, Raza thought he was gone in the moment he mistimed it, but it didn't carry it to the fielder. Luckily for him. Picks up a single. Bran Bennett back on strike. Needs some boundaries here. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Bennett swings leg side. Has he got the gap? Has he? No, he hasn't. Fielder comes around. Just a single again. This is a fantastic penultimate over from Adam Zampa. There's 6 runs coming from this over. Still 1 ball left. Sikandar Raza back on strike. Last ball of the over. That's flicked away again. They might look to push for 2 here. And they are pushing for 2. They'll make it comfortably. Another couple of runs. Another couple of runs to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over. And Zimbabwe are now 158 for 2 after 19 overs with 1 more over to go. So Nathan Ellis is going to be bowling the last over for Australia. Zimbabwe trying to get 170. Bran Bennett on strike. Goes for the paddle, misses it. Dot ball to start. Dot ball to start the last over. This is brilliant stuff from Australia here towards the back end of this innings. Bran Bennett. Bran Bennett batting on 61 from 53 balls with 7 boundaries at a strike rate of 115.09. That's pulled back down the ground. They might push for 2 here. Long off comes around. Long on comes around, does well. Another couple of runs for Bran Bennett. 160 up on the board for Zimbabwe. Can say a decent total in these conditions. Four more deliveries left in this innings. Can they get to that 170 which we are talking about? Third ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's too wide, isn't it? It's asking for the wide, doesn't get it. Dot ball at this stage from Nathan Ellis. Brilliant last over this. There's 2 runs coming from this over. Badly need a big shot here, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe haven't hit many sixes in this innings so far. In fact, no sixes in this innings so far for Zimbabwe. There haven't been any sixes. Still they've got to 161. How often do you see a T20 match, a T20 innings, without even 1 6 being hit in that innings? Ellis now coming around the wicket. Slow ball, that's hit back down the ground towards long on. And Bran Bennett picks up another single. Sikandar Raza is back on strike. Fifth ball of the over coming up. And Raza swings it leg side. It's towards deep mid wicket again. I got to push for 2 here. And that's good running. Another couple of runs for Sikandar Raza. So just one more delivery left in this innings. Just have to swing for the bleachers now. The last ball of the innings. Full toss, that's gone miles back, all the way for 6. First 6 of this innings, and it's come off the last ball of the innings. Would you believe it? It's only the first 6 of this innings. A T20 innings, the first 6 is coming off the last ball of the innings. That is how incredible it has been. A 6 to finish off from Sikandar Raza. And Zimbabwe finish with 169 for 2 at the end of their 20 overs. Considering that they have only lost 2 wickets, I think they could have pushed above 170 or even close to above 180. That would have been much better. But still, I would say 169 is a good total at this venue. Sikandar Raza finishing things off with a 6. So good finish here for Zimbabwe. 11 runs came from that last over from Nathan Ellis. The last ball, Nathan Ellis missing his length and getting dispatched by Sikandar Raza. Until then it was a good over. So 169 looks like a decent total for me. Brian Bennett unbeaten on 64 from 56 balls, and Sikandar Raza as always providing the finishing touches, 25 from just 13 balls. And early on we had cameos of 35 from Thadiwanashe Marumani and another 35 from Ryan Pearl as well. Both of them contributed really well. As far as Australia are concerned, you need to see the status of Marcus Stoinis, because he went out injured. Cameron Green completed that over and got the wicket of Ryan Pearl. So hopefully Marcus Stoinis should be available to bat. Otherwise that will be a huge blow for Australia, not only for this game but even for the rest of the tournament. So your last thing you want is another injury to your team. But Brian Bennett, what a knock from him. 64 from 56 balls with 7 boundaries at a strike rate of 114.29. And an unbeaten partnership of 38 from 24 balls between Brian Bennett and Sikandar Raza, taking Zimbabwe to 169 for 2 at the end of their 20 overs. Nothing much for the Australian bowlers today. Only 2 wickets went down. Marcus Stoinis picked up the wicket of Thadiwanashe Marumani and Cameron Green picked up the wicket of Ryan Pearl. But all other bowlers of Australia got hit today. And just to give another stat, the teams batting first have won all their matches at this venue so far. And just to give another stat, Sri Lanka, they defended 163 runs against Ireland at this venue in this T20 World Cup. Sri Lanka batted first, posted 163 for 6 at the end of their 20 overs against Ireland. Target was 164 and they defended it. Ireland couldn't chase it down. Ireland got bowled out for 143 against Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka won that match by 20 runs. Their first win in this T20 World Cup. So in this same tournament, Sri Lanka has defended a target 6 runs less than what Zimbabwe has scored. So I think Zimbabwe should take inspiration from that win of Sri Lanka at this same R. Premadasa Stadium venue. So Australia, when they come out to bat, will need 170 runs to win this match from their full quota of 20 overs. We'll be back again shortly to cover the run chase. Until then, please stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to the run chase here. Josh Inglis and Travis Head opening the batting. First boundary of the innings from Travis Head. This time it's full again. Travis Head drives it down the ground to long off and picks up another single. Six runs from the first three balls of this over. Travis Head and Josh Inglis opening the batting today. Sikandar Raza opening the bowling. A surprising thing. Inglis goes for a slog sweep. Goes miles back. All the way for six. So straight away attacking intent from both these batters. First Travis Head, now Josh Inglis, so making his intentions clear. Not going to hold back. First six of this innings for Australia. This time it's a quicker ball and Josh Inglis flicks it away towards long on and picks up another single. Travis Head is back on strike. Last ball of the over coming up. It's on the pads again, flicked away. Good fielding at fine leg. Another dot ball to finish the over. 13 runs came from that over from Sikandar Raza. And Australia are now 13 without loss after one over. A very interesting tactic to open the bowling with Sikandar Raza. I know that R. Premadasa Stadium is assisting spin, but Sikandar Raza opening the bowling is a little unexpected. It went for 13 runs. Blessing Muzarabani is the new bowler into the attack now for Zimbabwe. He's going to be bowling the second over. Josh Inglis is on strike. And that's short and that's pulled away by Inglis. And it's taken a deep square leg. First wicket for Zimbabwe. Josh Inglis has found the fielder at deep square leg, and that is exactly what Zimbabwe wanted. Australia had made their intentions clear. Their intention was to attack right from the word go. But unfortunately, you can get out as well while attacking, and that is exactly what has happened. So Muzarabani, as he had done in the previous match against Oman, picks up an early wicket. Josh Inglis is gone after scoring 8 runs from 4 balls, and Australia are now 13 for 1 after 1.1 overs. So Cameron Green is the new batter to the crease for Australia. Second ball of the over coming up. That's on the pads, flicked away by Cameron Green, gets off the mark with a single. Gives the strike back to Travis Head. They would need to get Travis Head as well as quickly as possible, because after this the batting looks a little... Tim David, Josh Inglis, Travis Head. These are the 3 important batters for Australia in this batting lineup. Josh Inglis has been dismissed. Now Travis Head, Cameron Green as well. Cameron Green and Tim David. Most dangerous batters, we can say. Third ball of the over, and it's driven again straight to covers. Dot ball here from Muzarabani. So this is how you pull things back, pick up a wicket. Australia were looking to attack. Inglis, he hit a 6. He's looking to attack Muzarabani there, but getting caught at deep square leg. I think you need to attack Travis Head with a short ball if you want to get him out. He's a little vulnerable towards the short ball, particularly a short ball close to the body, cramping him up for room. It's on the back of the length again, and Travis Head drives it straight to covers. Another dot ball from Muzarabani. The fifth ball of the over coming up. Goes for the pull, finds the gap, and that'll run away for 4. So another boundary here for Travis Head. Picks up his second boundary, and Australia off to a really good start. The last ball of the over coming up. A short and wide cut away again towards deep point. Travis Head picks up another single to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Josh Inglis. And Australia are now 19 for 1 after 2 overs. So Brad Evans is the new bowler into the attack now for Zimbabwe. Travis Head will be on strike. Head has scored 10 runs from 7 balls with 2 boundaries so far. Brad Evans coming around the wicket, and it's punched away by Head straight to covers. Another dot ball here to start the over. And this time driven, no, just past mid-off. And that runs away for 4. Full and wide. A Head just threw his bat at it, just past that fielder at mid-off. Picks up his third boundaries, living dangerously though Travis Head, but getting the boundaries for Australia. Third ball of the over, that's back of the length on the stumps. Travis Head defends it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Brad Evans. This time it's flicked away by Travis Head towards deep square leg and picks up another single. Cameron Green is back on strike. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Oh, goes for the cut. He's nicked it through to the keeper, I think. Yes. Finger goes up. Another wicket down. Cameron Green has to go walk back to the pavilion. Second wicket down for Australia. And it's Brad Evans who delivers the breakthrough for Zimbabwe. And this game is not yet over. It's twisting and turning here. Just a little bit of an inside edge there from Cameron Green. A really good catch by the wicket keeper. Zimbabwe still fighting. Australia 2 down early. Brad Evans with the breakthrough. Cameron Green is out for a 2-ball duck. And Australia are now 24 for 2 after 2.5 overs. So Tim David is the new batter to the crease, coming in at number 4. And actually, if you look at it after this, Australia's batting is slightly, I won't say, there is batting. Glenn Maxwell is a good batter. Matt Renshaw is a good batter. Stoinis, we don't know his injury. Dwarshuis, bowling all-rounder. So, Glenn Maxwell has been out of form for quite a long time now in T20 cricket. If you look at franchise cricket, international cricket, his T20 form has not been consistent in any way. And then Stoinis, we don't know whether he'll be able to bat. Matt Renshaw is slightly up and down player. So it has to be, if Zimbabwe can break this partnership, I think they'll seriously have thoughts of even winning this game, is what I am feeling. Last ball of the over coming up. And Tim David drives it down the ground to mid-off. Another dot ball to finish the over. 5 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Cameron Green. And Australia are now 24 for 2 after 3 overs. So the fast bowlers, Blessing Musrabani and Brad Evans, picking up 1 wicket each. If they can break this partnership, then Zimbabwe will seriously be in this game, looking to create an upset today against Australia. They did it in 2007, mind you. They've already done it in 2007. They're looking to do it again in this tournament. Travis Head is on strike. Musrabani over the wicket. That's cut away by Head towards deep point and picks up another single to start the over. So Tim David is on strike. Second ball of the over coming up. Goes for a pull in the air and taken at short fine leg. Another one goes for Australia. Oh my goodness, Blessing Musrabani. He bowled the short ball. Tim David went for the pull shot straight into the hands of short fine leg, and Australia 3 down now. This game is seriously alive. Zimbabwe. Oh dear, Tim David. Straight into short fine legs lap. And Musarabani with another wicket for him. He picks up his second wicket of the day. Tim David is also walking back for a 2-ball duck. Australia 25 for 3 after 3.2 overs. Well, 61% chance of rain. I am just hoping just bowl the next 10 balls. Just bowl 5 overs. That is what is needed now. Want a result in this game. As quickly as possible, you need to bowl 5 overs. That should be the next goal. So Glenn Maxwell is the new batter to the crease for Australia. In huge trouble here, 25 for 3. After 3.2 overs, I don't even know whether Stoinis is available to bat. Matt Renshaw and then the bowling all-rounders to follow. So big trouble for Australia going forward in this run chase. Losing 3 wickets early doesn't help. Third ball of the over coming up. On the pads, flicked away by Maxwell, gets off the mark with a single. Glenn Maxwell has to play a good knock today if Australia are to come close in this run chase. Because now it looks like Travis Head or nothing for Australia. It's Travis Head or nothing. That is what it's looking. Fourth ball of the over coming up. Goes for a pull, unable to make connection. Another dot ball from Musarabani. Has to be careful here, Travis Head. If he gets out now, then it will be almost game over. Remember, if Zimbabwe wins this game, they will go to number 2 in the points table. They will continue their winning run. 2 out of 2 they will be. Australia will be feeling the pressure. They need to play against Sri Lanka after this. So it's not going to be easy for Australia. Zimbabwe can beat Ireland after this. They'll pick up their third win. There will be pressure on Australia. That's back of the length, defended again towards point. And another single for Travis Head. In fact, Maxwell isn't yet off the mark. It was one leg bias, that single which he took. So after 3 days, Australia will be up against Sri Lanka, Palakile Stadium in Kandy. That will be a huge game to watch out for. Glenn Maxwell has been struggling for form in T20 cricket of late. Last ball of the over coming up. Full and on the pads, flicked away by Maxwell. Deep square leg is in play and another single to finish the over. Glenn Maxwell finally gets off the mark with the single. 4 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Tim David. And Australia are now 28 for 3 after 4 overs. Well, Australia 3 down in this run chase, in huge trouble. Travis Head, he is a set batter at the crease, 17 from 14 balls. Glenn Maxwell has had an up and down form in T20 cricket. So Brad Evans is continuing into his second over, continuing with both the fast bowlers. Glenn Maxwell on strike. As on the stumps, Maxwell defends it towards covers. Again a dot ball to start the over. Another 5 more deliveries and we will have a result in this game for sure, because knowing Sri Lanka's weather, you want to get the minimum requirement of overs done with to get a result in a game. I think that will happen anyways. Second ball of the over. Driven again by Maxwell down the ground. Mid-off does well. And Maxwell picks up another single. They'll want to get rid of Head now. He's the one man who can be very destructive. You want to get rid of Travis Head. You all know how dangerous he can be. Oh, it's nicked it, has he? Yes, he has! Has he? Yes! Oh, what happened there? He's bowled him, in fact. He's bowled him. He's bowled him. Travis Head, is that the match? Is that the match for Zimbabwe? The captain, Travis Head, has been cleaned up by Brad Evans. What is happening here, Zimbabwe? This is unbelievable stuff. He's inside edged it onto his pads, back onto the stumps. Australia 4 down. They needed the wicket of Travis Head. They've got the wicket of Travis Head, and now there's seriously something happening for Zimbabwe. The fans are going berserk in the crowd. And why won't they be going berserk in the crowd? Travis Head is gone for 17. Australia 29 for 4 after 4.3 overs. Game on, ladies and gentlemen. Now then, is Stoinis available to bat or not? I'm not quite sure. What is going on here? Australia top 4 batters. Josh Inglis, Cameron Green, Tim David, Travis Head, all back in the shed. Running out of batters at the moment. If Stoinis is not available to bat, then Dwarshuis will come in next. Disaster for Australia. Matt Renshaw is the new batter to the crease. Coming in at number 6. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Can Zimbabwe pull this off here? 4th ball of the over. On the pads again. Flicked away by Matt Renshaw. Get off the mark with a single. Or they might push for 2 here. Chance of run out. No, they won't. They'll make it. So Renshaw gets off the mark with a couple of runs. Oh, that's a wide down the leg side. That's a wide down the leg side from Brad Evans. Has to reload that one again. This time flicked away again by Renshaw towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Glenn Maxwell is back on strike. The last ball of, oh dear, Maxwell pulled out there. And Maxwell has some problem with the side screen. We need to bowl one more ball to get a game in this, to have a result in this game in case the rain decides to interrupt. But I don't think that will happen. No signs of rain yet. The last ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's cut away again towards point and picks up another single to finish the over. So 6 runs came from that over from Brad Evans, including the wicket of Travis Head, and Australia are now 34 for 4 after 5 overs. Well, Stoinis is getting ready to bat, and that is a good sign for Australia. Blessing Muzarabani back into the attack. That's flicked away straight to mid-wicket. And a dot ball to start the over. Stoinis is getting ready to come out. In case a wicket falls, I think Stoinis will be coming out to bat. That is exactly what Australia wants. Second ball of the over. That's cut away again. Oh, it's found the gap. They'll pick up 2. Deep point comes around. Maxwell picks up another couple of runs. There's still Stoinis and Dwarshuis left after this for batting for Australia. This time on the stumps, a little bit of an inside edge from Maxwell. Picks up another single. Gives a strike back to Matt Renshaw. So fourth ball of the over coming up. Matt Renshaw is on strike. And Renshaw lets it go outside the off stump. Another dot ball from Muzarabani. Two more deliveries left in this over. Required run rate 9.28. This time on back of the length, flicked away again, was looking for the single, can't get it. It's another dot ball here from Muzarabani. Zimbabwe's fielding and catching have been really good. Last ball of the over coming up. That's cut away by Renshaw towards deep point and picks up another single to finish the over. 4 runs came from that over from Muzarabani, and Australia are now 38 for 4 after 6 overs after the launch phase, and it's also the time for the drinks break. 14 overs left, 132 needed. Maxwell and Renshaw at the crease for Australia. What a start here from Zimbabwe, defending a target of 170. They needed early wickets. They've got 4 early wickets, if you don't mind, in the launch phase. And now Sikandar Raza brings himself back into the attack. Had an expensive first over, conceded 13 runs in his first over. But now that 4 wickets have gone down, I think it's the best time to bring himself back into the attack. Try and pick up another wicket here. Can get one of these two. Of course, Stoinis might come in. Stoinis is a much more stable batter as far as I have seen him. Here's Sikandar Raza around the wicket to Renshaw. As tossed up, Renshaw drives it down the ground to long on. And picks up another single to start the over. Second ball of the over. It's inside edge there towards deep mid wicket. Another single for Maxwell. At this same stage, Zimbabwe were 47 without loss after 6.2 overs. Australia are 40 for 4. So Zimbabwe very much ahead at this stage. Goes for the cut shot there. I don't know, was there a bottom edge? They have not taken the single. It's another dot ball. So a good start to this over from Sikandar Raza. Slowly increasing the required run rate now. Trying to put more pressure. Fourth ball of the over. Again quicker delivery punched away by Renshaw towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. The best time to do a spin choke, that is what Zimbabwe are trying to do. Graham Creamer still has all 4 overs left for him. Fifth ball of the over. And it's again flicked away straight to mid wicket. Another dot ball from Sikandar Raza. Really good bowling so far. One more delivery left in this over. Last ball of the over coming up. It's driven away by Maxwell towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to finish the over. 4 runs came from that over from Sikandar Raza, and Australia are now 42 for 4 after 7 overs. So there's a bowling change here. Dion Myers didn't come out to bat today, but he's coming in to bowl. Dion Myers is the new bowler into the attack. Maxwell is on strike. It's full and on the pads, flicked away again down the ground. Long on comes around. Maxwell picks up another single to start the over. Now you still have 4 overs left of Graham Creamer. I don't know what they are holding him back for. And give him a few overs actually. That's why they have brought him into the playing 11 in place of Richard and Garava. Required run rate 9.90 now. Second ball of the over coming up. Around the wicket, Dion Mayers. Short and wide, cut away by Renshaw. That'll run away for 4, I think. Yes, beats deep, extra covers into the boundary for 4. So I think Australia sense that this is the over that they need to target. And Matt Renshaw finally finds the boundary for Australia. His first boundary in this innings. That is the problem when you offer width to someone like Matt Renshaw. Is so good with the cut shot. Goes for the pull again. It's in the gap. Deep mid wicket. Does well. And Matt Renshaw will pick up another couple of runs. Three more deliveries left in this over. That's a wide down the leg side from Dion Mayers. Has to reload that one again. 50 comes up for Australia. 50 comes up in 7.3 overs at the loss of 4 wickets. And I think this decision to bowl Dion Mayers is proving a little costly here for Zimbabwe. Obviously, they are lacking that extra bowling option because Richard Nkrumah is not playing today. Musarabani has already bowled 3 overs, so that becomes a headache. That's flicked away by Renshaw towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Maxwell is back on strike. Required run rate now 9.65. Maxwell has played 12 balls, scored only 9 runs. This time it's pulled away, short fine leg is there. It's a dot ball from Dion Mayers. Still a decent over from Dion Mayers, no doubt about that. Can he finish this over well? Last ball of the over coming up. Goes for the drive again, misses it again. Another dot ball to finish the over. Excellent over from Dion Mayers. 9 runs came from that over. And Australia are now 51 for 4 after 8 overs. Sikandar Raza now continuing into his 3rd over. They still have 4 overs left from Graham Creamer. They might bring him on next over, I think. Oh my God, what happened to Sikandar Raza? He's gone down, doing some stretching. We've already had Brendan Taylor has already been ruled out due to injury. This is their captain, Sikandar Raza now. Oh dear, Sikandar Raza. This could be a huge blow not only for this game but for the entire tournament once again. Sikandar Raza still getting some treatment here. And Zimbabwe in a really good position now. Australia 51 for 4 after 8 overs. Zimbabwe, another couple of wickets, and Zimbabwe can think of winning this game. Only Stoinis and Ben Dwarshuis left after this to bat. So Zimbabwe very much in control. The top 4 of Australia not able to contribute today. Inglis hit a 6 and then got out. Travis Head hit a few boundaries, got out. Cameron Green and Tim David not even able to get Tim David and Cameron Green, both of them getting out for 2-ball ducks. So that Australia, that is why they are under pressure now. And Glenn Maxwell has faced 14 balls and scored only 9 runs so far. That is also not helping their cause. Now just need to keep your fingers crossed and see if Zimbabwe, if Sikandar Raza is available. So Zimbabwe is, Sikandar Raza is walking off here, and this is not a good news for Zimbabwe. So Dion Myers might have to bowl some extra overs. So Graham Creamer will be brought into the attack eventually. So Graham Creamer is the new bowler into the attack now for Zimbabwe. Anyways, he had 4 overs left. He's been brought into the attack to bowl the 9th over itself. The 2 overs of Raza needs to be made up by someone else now. He still had 2 overs left. Matt Renshaw is back on strike. Just getting news that Ben Curran has replaced Brendan Taylor in the Zimbabwe team, so he might be available for the next match. Here's Graham Creamer. Tossed up. Renshaw hits it down the ground to long on. Picks up another single. Coming back for 2. And they'll get it. Couple of runs for Renshaw. Second ball of the over coming up. That's tossed up again, and Matt Renshaw drives it down the ground to long off and picks up another single. This time waits on it, hits it down the ground. Maxwell towards long off and picks up another single. 3 more deliveries left in this over. It's short, it's cut away. Has he found the gap here? Long off coming around, does well. And Renshaw picks up another couple of runs. Still a good over from Creamer so far. 6 runs have come from this over, still 2 balls left. That's tossed up again, that's flicked away again by Renshaw towards deep mid-wicket and picks up another single. Maxwell is back on strike, 1 more delivery left in this over. The last ball of the over coming up. Goes for a reverse sweep, gets it over the field, and that'll be 1 bounce. 2 bounces into the boundary for 4. So a long time coming for Maxwell. A boundary to finish that over. 11 runs came from that over. First boundary for Glenn Maxwell in this innings. And Australia are now 62 for 4 after 9 overs. So a much needed boundary there from Maxwell, pulling out the reverse sweep. If he's not able to play the traditional sweep, he plays the reverse sweep these days. A switch hit you can call it. The Wellington Masakadza is a new bowler into the attack. It's a quicker ball. Matt Renshaw punches it back to the bowler. Dot ball to start the over. Required run rate nearing 10 here. Second ball of the over coming up. On the pads, flicked away by Renshaw. Down the ground to long on. Picks up another single. Glenn Maxwell is back on strike. Third ball of the over. That's defended down the ground, and Maxwell picks up another single towards long on. Matt Renshaw is back on strike. That's short and wide, cut away again towards deep extra covers. Another single for Renshaw. Back to Glenn Maxwell again. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Full toss. Maxwell could have hit it anywhere actually, but flicks it away towards deep mid wicket. And coming back for 2 as well. That's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs. The last ball of the over coming up. Gives himself room, defends it back to the bowler. Another dot ball to finish the over. 5 runs came from that over. Good over from Wellington Masakadza. And Australia are now 67 for 4 after 10 overs at the halfway mark of this innings. So 10 overs left, 103 needed. Graham Creamer is going to be continuing into his second over. Required run rate 10.30. Matt Renshaw is on strike. Has tossed up and Renshaw hits it down the ground to long on. Picks up another single to start the over. And now you need to watch out for Maxwell. He just hit a boundary of Creamer on the last ball of his previous over. He might go for that reverse sweep option once again. Might go for that switch hit option once again. Second ball of the over coming up. He goes for a switch hit again, but this time unable to make connection. That is what I was saying. He might go for that switch hit option once again. He just hit a boundary. Might look for that option again, but he couldn't connect this time. And a dot ball from Creamer. Well, this is seriously game on here. Third ball of the over coming up. Maxwell has faced 20 balls and scored only 17 runs. Has tossed up on the pads. It's hit down the ground to long on. And Maxwell picks up another single. This time tossed up. Renshaw hits it down the ground to long on. Another single. Just 3 runs from this over. Really good over from Creamer. They're just squeezing here. Zimbabwe. No doubt about that. Required run rate nearing 11 now. And that is what I was saying actually. If it was Indian conditions, the story would have been much different. It's Colombo. Very tough to chase these totals. Tossed up, slower through the air. Maxwell hits it down the ground to long on. And picks up another single. Just 4 runs coming from this over. Brilliant over from Creamer so far. Pressure building on Australia here. Partnership of 42 from 38 balls now. We have already had so many memorable matches in this edition of the T20 World Cup. Could this be another one? Last ball of the over coming up. Quicker delivery flicked away by Renshaw. Will pick up another single to finish the over. Just 5 runs came from that over from Graham Creamer. And Australia are now 72 for 4 after 11 overs. So Wellington Masakadza continuing into his second over, and Matt Renshaw hits it away leg side towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. .97 from 53 now. Second ball of the over coming up. Gives himself room. Maxwell looks to swing it down the ground. He's unhappy with the shot, but he has to take the single after playing the shot. Required run rate above 11. The crowd, Zimbabwe fans in the crowd are going berserk here. They can sense an upset here. They can sense something happening. Innings has slowed down for Australia. No boundaries for quite a long time now. Comes down the wicket, Renshaw. Flicks it away towards long on. Picks up another single. It's becoming very tough now for Australia. Fourth ball of the over coming up. Goes for reverse again. Oh, it's straight to the fielder. Dot ball at this stage from Wellington Masakadza. Maxwell, 24 balls, just 20 runs. Strike rate of 83.33. Only one boundary so far from him. And now the win predictor is favouring Zimbabwe. Maxwell goes down the ground. Long on in play. Oh, he's done extremely well there. He's done extremely well. They might check it. They might check whether he's touched the boundary or not. But I think he has done extremely well there to stop the six. It was going over for six, I think. Well, I think he's touched the rope there. Yeah, he has touched the rope, so it will be six. So first six for Maxwell, 50 partnership comes up, last ball of the over. Maxwell goes over the top. It's towards deep, extra covers. Oh, good fielding, but it's gone into the boundary, I think, has it? I think it's gone into the boundary, was it? They have picked up a couple of runs, but they might have to have a look at that one once again. I think it's only a couple of runs to finish the over. That should be four, I think. He stopped it, but did it roll back onto the rope? That is the biggest question. I think it's four actually. Has he stopped it there? I think he has. This could be a miraculous stop here from that fielder. I think he has done well actually. Just in time he has done well. The foot was in the air. So a couple of runs to finish the over. Brilliant effort by that fielder. 11 runs came from that over. And Australia are now 85 for 4 after 12 overs. So Graham Creamer into his third over now. Renshaw goes for a sweep. Gets it towards deep square leg and that runs away for 4. That's a much needed boundary for Australia. Brought out the sweep shot there. Sikandar Raza is back onto the field. That is a good news for Zimbabwe. But the bad news is this over starts with a boundary. Shot this time, pulled down the ground towards long on and picks up another single. Maxwell back on strike. Required run rate 10.70. But I think that was a fantastic effort, the last ball of the previous over. Maxwell can be dangerous though. Yes, his form might be up and down, but he has this reputation of single-handedly taking the game away from the opposition when he gets going. Maxwell goes big. How far has this gone? I don't think it's gone far enough. Fielder! Has he stopped it? I think he has. Brilliant. Brilliant again. Coming back for 3. No, they can't. Just a couple of runs. Or is it only a single? I think it's only a single in fact. But that is brilliant. Once again on the boundary. The fielder has done extremely well there. Just a single. Matt Renshaw back on strike. Ooh, 2 brilliant efforts on the outfield. Shot this time, pulled away by Renshaw. Fielder there at deep square leg. And another couple of runs for Renshaw here. So they're going for it now, Australia. They're going for it, both these batters. Partnership of 62 from 49 balls between Matt Renshaw and Glenn Maxwell. 79 now needed from 44 balls. 2 more deliveries left in this over. This time quicker ball. It's hit down the ground by Renshaw towards long on and picks up another single. The last ball of the over coming up. Tossed up again. He goes for a slog sweep. 1 bounce to deep mid wicket. And Maxwell picks up another single to finish the over. 10 runs came from that over. And Australia are now 93 for 4 after 13 overs. The 77 needed from the last 7 overs. Can Australia pull this off, or can Zimbabwe pull something historic today? They got the top 4 wickets very quickly. These 2 batters have stabilized here, trying to launch now. Sikandar Raza is back on the field, and that is one good news for Zimbabwe. So he might be available to bowl. He still has a couple of overs remaining. Wellington Masakadza filled in with a couple of overs in his absence. So required run rate 11 runs per over. Wellington Masakadza continuing. Oh, and Maxwell again going for the switch hit, missing it altogether. Dot ball to start the over. Second ball of the over coming up. Goes big, down the ground, long on. 1 bounce to long on. Maxwell picks up another single. Matt Renshaw is back on strike. Required run rate 11.40. Third ball of the over. Renshaw goes straight. He's gone hard. He's gone all the way for 6. That's a clean shy. A strike from Renshaw. That is exactly what Australia wanted for quite a long time now. Matt Renshaw hitting it straight down the ground. 100 comes up for Australia. 100 comes up in 13.3 overs. This run chase is still alive. So both these batters now starting to look dangerous. Matt Renshaw 40 from 28 balls. Maxwell 31 from 30. Fourth ball of the over. Goes for the sweep. Gets it past fine leg. That'll run away for 4. 6 and a 4 from Renshaw. And suddenly the game switches again. Matt Renshaw picking up some vital boundaries here for Australia. This time a quicker ball. It's hit down the ground by Renshaw towards long on and picks up another single. Last ball of the over. That's cut away, straight to covers, dot ball to finish the over. 12 runs came from that over from Wellington Masakadza. And Australia are now 105 for 4 after 14 overs, 65 to get from the last 6. Will Sikandar Raza bowl or not? Not quite sure. It's also the time for the drinks break. So the required run rate is just above 11. The 76-run partnership between Glenn Maxwell and Matt Renshaw has been Matt Renshaw has been the aggressor in this partnership. 45 from just 30 balls with 3 boundaries and 1 6 at a strike rate of 150. Glenn Maxwell has batted at a run ball 31, only 1 boundary and 1 6 for him. 65 to get in the last 6 overs. Required run rate 10.83. Ryan Burl is the new bowler into the attack now for Zimbabwe. They have a series of spinners actually. Wellington Masakadza, Graham Creamer, Ryan Burl, Sikandar Raza himself. Spin heavy today at the R. Premadasa Stadium. Spin to win. That is what they are trying to do. They need one more wicket here. They need to get rid of one of these two batters. Go down to Stoinis and Dwarshuis. Matt Renshaw is on strike. Ryan Burl over the wicket to Renshaw. Quicker delivery on the pads. Renshaw flicks it away leg side towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. Maxwell back on strike. We've already had a few memorable matches in this T20 World Cup. None more memorable than South Africa versus Afghanistan just a couple of days ago in Ahmedabad. Oh, he's struck it on! Back onto his stumps! Grand Bell strikes for Zimbabwe! He told you need one more wicket. And Ryan Burl delivers for Zimbabwe there. A big heave haul from Maxwell onto his leg stump. 5th wicket down for Australia. And another twist in the tail here. 77-run partnership has been broken. Inside edge onto his stumps. Onto his leg stump. Ryan Burl, you little beauty. Has he turned this game once again? Dangerous partnership has been broken. Glenn Maxwell out after scoring 31 from 32. Australia 106 for 5 after 14.2 overs. So Marcus Stoinis is the new batter to the crease, and you would think this is the last proper recognized batting pair. Obviously Dwarshuis can bat, but he hasn't yet shown his batting capabilities at the international level. So if it goes down to Dwarshuis, it will become a risk for Australia. Dwarshuis and Ellis to come in after this. They can bat, but to bat at this rate you need some proper recognized batters, and I think these two batters are the last recognized batters who can do the job. Marcus Stoinis can be a dangerous finisher, stable batter as far as I know. 3rd ball of the over coming up from Ryan Burl. Goes for a reverse sweep, gets it past the keeper, gets it past 3rd man for 4. Stoinis wasting no time. Straight away pulling out the reverse sweep and gets off the mark with a boundary. So Marcus Stoinis not wasting any time there. It was a seam-up delivery actually from Ryan Burl. I don't know why he attempted that. His leg spinners were doing good. Bowled it seam-up and paid the price for it. 4th ball of the over coming up. Oh, it's short and wide. Cut away by Stoinis towards deep point. Picks up another single. Sikandar Raza still has 2 overs left. Is he planning to bowl after this? That is the big question. He has 2 overs left. Wellington Masakadza, Creamer has few overs left as well. You would want to break this partnership. It's on the pads. Flicked away by Renshaw. Going to push for 2 here. And they will complete the couple of runs. Good running between the wickets. 57 from 31 still looks gettable actually for Australia. Matt Renshaw moves to 48 from 32 balls with 3 boundaries and 1 6 at a strike rate of 150. last ball of the over coming up. On the pads again, it's hit down the ground, long on, towards long on, and picks up another single to finish the over. 9 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Glenn Maxwell. And Australia are now 114 for 5 after 15 overs. 56 to get from the last 5. So Matt Renshaw is back on strike. Who is going to bowl the 16th over? Wellington Masakadza is into his last over. Has flicked away leg side. Renshaw picks up another single. Half century for Matt Renshaw. 50 from 34 balls. His team was under all kinds of pressure. Losing 4 early wickets. He came in, played a very responsible knock. 50 from 34 balls with 3 boundaries and 1 6 at a strike rate of 147.06. But still a lot of work to be done in this run chase. Marcus Stoinis is back on strike. Second ball of the over, and it's punched down the ground by Stoinis towards long off and picks up another single. This time a full delivery again. Renshaw hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. 3 singles to start this over. A good start to the over from Masakadza. Win predictor still favouring Zimbabwe at the moment, but you never know. Stoinis back on strike. Stoinis goes big. It's in the air though. Fielder there, fielder there, fielder there, fielder there, fielder there. Takes the catch, takes the catch. Stoinis gone. 6 down, Australia. Zimbabwe strike again. And it's another huge wicket. Stoinis, one of the finishers for Australia, is going back to the pavilion. Says it straight down the throat of the fielder at deep mid wicket. Zimbabwe on the cusp of something special here. What a catch that is at deep mid wicket. Wellington Masakadza picks up another wicket here. Marcus Stoinis gone for 6. Australia 117 for 6 after 15.4 overs. Down to the bowling all-rounders now. Ben Dwarshuis, Nathan Ellis. What have they got with the bat today? Batters to come: Nathan Ellis, Adam Zampa, Matt Kuhneman, all bowling all-rounders. If you don't mind. Adam Zampa is a pure bowler. Kuhneman can also bat a little bit. Nathan Ellis can bat a little bit. Little bit batters. Ben Dwarshuis, he has made his way out to the middle. 2 more deliveries left in this over. What a huge wicket at this stage of the innings. Stoinis, the designated finisher, has been dismissed. Wellington Masakadza with a very important wicket. And now Matt Renshaw will be feeling all the pressure, no doubt about that. He is the last hope for Australia, one would think. The 5th ball of the over coming up. That's a full delivery, driven down the ground by Dwarshuis towards long on and gets off the mark with a single. The last ball of the over coming up. Renshaw Zimbabwe would want to get him out. That's a wide down the leg side. I think it's gone past the keeper as well and into the boundary for 4. That's bonus runs. Has it gone off the bat or is it wides? I think it's gone off the bat, is it? It has gone off the bat. So a boundary to finish the over. Thought it was wide for an initially. So good over spoilt in the end. Boundary to finish that over. 8 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Marcus Stoinis. And Australia are now 122 for 6 after 16 overs. Graham Creamer now into his last over. Ben Dorsey is on strike. Oh, that's spinning back into the left-hander. Dorsey is unable to make contact. Dot ball to start the over. As tossed up, goes for the big shot, edges it down to third man, and Dorsey picks up another single. Matt Renshaw is back on strike. He is the last hope for Australia, you would think. If they can get Matt Renshaw out, it could be game set match to Zimbabwe. Let's cut away down the ground to long off. Matt Renshaw picks up another single. Dorsey is back on strike. Required run rate gone above 13 now. Dorsey goes big, leg side, deep mid wicket, in play. Another couple of runs for Ben Dorsey. Good over this from Creamer, just 4 runs coming from this over, still 2 balls left. Interesting thing is Sikandar Raza hasn't even bowled himself so far. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Quicker delivery pulled away by Dorsey. 1 bounce to long on. Picks up another single. Renshaw is back on strike. Just 5 runs from this over. Brilliant over from Creamer. Can he finish it well? Last ball of the over. Straight away. Will look to pick up a couple of runs here. And they will pick up another couple of runs to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over from Graham Creamer. And Australia are now 129 for 6 after 17 overs. 41 to get from the last 3 overs. So 3 overs left. Sikandar Raza not bowling himself. Graham Creamer has done a decent job, you would think. None for 33 in his 4 overs. Wellington Masakadza has also bowled out. Maybe Ryan Burl. Would you bowl him another over, or will you go back to Muzarabani and Brad Evans? Well, they have gone back to Brad Evans. Brad Evans still has a couple of overs left. So maybe Brad Evans will bowl this over and the last over. Muzarabani might bowl the penultimate over. So I think they have planned it out, Zimbabwe. So Ben Dwarshuis, what is he going to do? Brad Evans coming around the wicket to Ben Dwarshuis. It's a full delivery. Dwarshuis hits it down the ground. Picks up another single to start the over. Matt Renshaw is back on strike. Second ball of the over coming up. Goes for a big shot. Appeal for LBW. Umpire says not out. They might consider reviewing this. This could be the match right here. This could be the match right here, right now, if this is out. Are they going to go for the review? They're not even considering. You still have 2 reviews left. Just go for it. Just go for it. Nothing to lose after this. You're not going for the review. You can seal the match right here, right now. Renshaw is the match right here for Zimbabwe. No doubt about that. I think sliding down the leg side, but you want to go for the review anyways. Last recognized batter. That's full again. It's hit down the ground by Renshaw. Will only pick up another single. It's not working for Australia here, these singles. Required run rate 15.60. Slipping away from them. Zimbabwe are on the cusp of something very, very special here. They did it in 2007. They beat Australia in 2007 in the T20 World Cup, inaugural T20 World Cup edition. Can they do it again here? Dwarshuis on strike. And swings it leg side. Fielder there. Another catch. Another wicket. Brad Evans picks up another one. And Zimbabwe getting ever so close to history. What a catch that is at deep mid wicket. Is it Dion Myers, the fielder, who has taken the catch? The crowd goes berserk. And we are in for something very, very special here. Australia on the cusp of losing to Zimbabwe. Goodness gracious me. A terrific catch diving forward there across to his right. 7 down now, Australia. Brad Evans with his second wicket. Brad Evans with his third wicket actually. Brad Evans has picked up his third wicket today. Ben Dwarshuis is gone after scoring 6 runs from 7 balls. Australia 131 for 7 after 17.4 overs. Well. Nathan Ellis is the new batter to the crease. Matt Renshaw is holding on to one end. That is why I said you need to go for the review. Can steal the match right here, right now, but that was sliding down the leg side anyways. But with 2 reviews left, any kind of review of Matt Renshaw, you would just go for it at this stage. Because he is the only man who can do it for Australia now. Nathan Ellis on strike, 5th ball. Comes down the wicket. Nathan Ellis drives it straight to covers. Gets off the mark with a single. Back to Matt Renshaw. Well, Zimbabwe is so close. Can they do it? Can they get over the line here? Last ball of the over coming up. A big delivery from Brad Evans. Matt Renshaw on strike. Anyone remembers Matt Renshaw was part of that 258 run chase of Brisbane Heat in the Big Bash this year. Goes straight down the ground. And that's one bounce into the boundary for 4. So Renshaw just keeps it alive for Australia somewhat. A boundary to finish that over. 7 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Ben Dwarshuis. And Australia are now 136 for 7 after 18 overs with 34 to get from the last 2. Well, Matt Renshaw can be a dangerous batter actually. If anyone remembers, 258 with Brisbane Heat chased down in the Big Bash League this year. Matt Renshaw scored a century in that match. He was the man of the match. So you need to get him out. He's a proper batter actually. He's the last hope for Australia now. No doubt about that. 34 to get from the last 2. Muzarabani is going to be bowling the penultimate over. Nathan Ellis on strike. Oh, slow ball in the air, lands safely, and Ellis will pick up the single as well. More importantly, Ellis picks up the single, and this is a huge 5 deliveries coming up in Zimbabwe's history. Biggest 5 deliveries of Zimbabwe's history. What is Renshaw going to do? Second ball of the over, goes for the cut, misses it. Dot ball here from Muzarabani. 33 needed from 10 now. It's getting harder. It's getting harder for Australia. You need a couple of sixes here in this over to keep hopes alive. Zimbabwe looking to dismiss Renshaw here to finish things off here, right now. Third ball of the over. Where is it going? Swings it leg side. Renshaw. Fielder there. It won't go for 4, will it? Deep mid wicket comes round. They'll push for 2. They'll get a couple of runs. 31 needed from 9 now. Biggest 3 deliveries in Zimbabwe's history. No doubt about that. The biggest 3 deliveries. If you're not conceding a 6 in these 3 deliveries, Zimbabwe might win this. Fourth ball of the over. Slow ball. He hits it high in the air. Now, is there a fielder coming underneath it? Yes, taken. That's the match. That is the match for Zimbabwe. Right here, right now. That is the game and that is the upset in this T20 World Cup. Zimbabwe take a bow. Matt Renshaw on his way. 8 down Australia. What a game we have had here once again in this T20 World Cup 2026. The slow ball from Muzarabani. And Ryan Burl might have just taken one of the most important catches in his T20 career so far. That is the biggest catch of his T20 career. Matt Renshaw is gone after scoring 65 from 44 balls. And Australia are now 139 for 8 after 18.4 overs. Well, Zimbabwe, what a performance this has been. Tournament favourites Australia are going down here against Zimbabwe. Would you believe it? Can anyone ever believe this? Absolutely unbelievable stuff. Adam Zampa is the new batter to the crease. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Required run rate 23.25 is impossible for Adam Zampa and Nathan Ellis to get Australia over the line from here. The 5th ball of the over coming up. Adam Zampa on strike. Just have to keep swinging. It's edged towards third man. Good fielding at third man. Oh, misfield. And Adam Zampa picks up a couple of runs to start the over. Adam Zampa picks up a couple of runs and gets off the mark. Gets off the mark with a couple of runs. 29 now needed from 7 balls for Australia. Well played, Zimbabwe. Terrific performance. Absolutely brilliant. So last ball of the over coming up. What is Adam Zampa going to do? Oh, it's cleaned him up. That is it. Another one goes. Adam Zampa bowled round his legs. And Zimbabwe 1 wicket away from winning this year. 2 wickets in the over for Muzarabani. They needed a good penultimate over and Muzarabani has delivered under pressure. Just 5 runs coming from that over and 2 wickets as well. What a fantastic Yorker there. Adam Zampa moving across his stumps, losing his leg stump in the process. And Australia 9 down and going down big time here in this game, no doubt about that. Blessing Muzarabani is indeed a blessing today for Zimbabwe. Blessing Muzarabani has become a blessing for Zimbabwe cricket today. Adam Zampa is out after scoring a run of ball 2. Australia are now 141 for 9 after 19 overs. So Matt Kuhneman is the last batter to the crease for Australia. 29 to get from the last overs, looking impossible. Brad Evans might be bowling the last over for Zimbabwe. Just 1 more wicket needed for Zimbabwe now. It's so close. So close to creating something memorable here. Something extraordinary. They did it in 2007. They defeated mighty Australia in 2007. They're on the verge of doing it again. Ellis on strike. Swings. Gets an inside edge. Down to fine leg for 4. So mathematically still keeps it alive there. Nathan Ellis with a boundary to start the last over. .25 to get from 5 now. Brad Evans. Can he bowl 2 good deliveries? Blessing Muzarabani has completed 100 wickets in T20 internationals. That is a fantastic achievement. Second ball of the over coming up. Slow ball. Ellis hits it towards deep extra covers. Might push for 2 here. No, can only get a single. So Matt Kuhneman now has to hit 4 sixes in 4 balls. Otherwise, Zimbabwe are going to be winning this. What a game. What a performance from Zimbabwe. Absolutely brilliant. So Matt Kuhneman has just come out to the middle. Is the last batter to the crease for Australia. And he has to keep swinging now. 4 sixes in 4 balls needed. Third ball of the over. Oh, Kuhneman looks to swing it. It's bat pad, is it? I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter because it's a dot ball and that is it. 3 legal deliveries is all that is needed now. Well, they're checking for the run out here. This could be game, set, match right here. But it's already over. Mathematically done now for Australia. They're going to check the run out anyways. But Zimbabwe are going to be doing this now. Zimbabwe are going to be beating Australia in a Men's T20 World Cup for the 2nd time in their history. They did it in 2007. They are going to be doing it in 2026. Has Kuhneman made his ground? No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. It's going to be a run out. It's going to be a run out and that is the match. That is the match. Zimbabwe have done it. Would you believe this? Would you ever believe this? Decision pending on the big screen. OUT out and that is it. Zimbabwe have beaten mighty Australia once again in the Men's T20 World Cup by 23 runs. What a memorable performance this has been. What an unbelievable performance, memorable performance. You can call it whatever you want. But this is something extraordinary. It might take some time to sink in, but Zimbabwe have defeated Australia here in the Men's T20 World Cup for the second time in their history. If anyone remembers, if anyone had seen the inaugural edition of the T20 World Cup, 2007 T20 World Cup, that was the last time Zimbabwe defeated Australia in a Men's T20 World Cup match. And they have done it again here after 19 long years. Zimbabwe repeat history in the Men's T20 World Cup. What a proud achievement this has been. Zimbabwe batted first, got a score of 169 for 2, and we always thought that that score in R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo, 169 is a very good score. And then Australia lost 4 quick wickets early, and at that time there was a glimmer of a hope. But then Glenn Maxwell and Matt Renshaw formed a big partnership, and at that time we thought, okay, maybe Australia are trying to make their way back into the match. We'll just analyze the Australian batting performance. Australia were 29 for 4 with Josh Inglis, Cameron Green, Tim David, Travis Head, all of them dismissed inside the power play. But after that, Glenn Maxwell and Matt Renshaw formed a partnership of 77 from 59 balls. And at that time, maybe the game was still alive for Australia. But once Glenn Maxwell got out, another twist started. Glenn Maxwell got out, Stoinis got out, and Renshaw ran out of partners, and the required run rate just kept on increasing. It never came down. The required run rate just kept on increasing, and in the end, even Renshaw couldn't handle the pressure towards the end. Renshaw got dismissed in the penultimate over. A blessing Muzarabani indeed proved to be a blessing for Zimbabwe today, that is for sure. A superb penultimate over with 5 runs and 2 wickets. And in the end, Zimbabwe creating history, getting over the line and winning this match by 23 runs. And with this win now, Zimbabwe moved to number 2 in the points table. They'll show the points table, we'll see that. And now Australia under a little bit of pressure now. The race to the Super 8 is heating up because Zimbabwe still have matches remaining against Ireland and Sri Lanka. Zimbabwe will back themselves to defeat either one of Sri Lanka or Ireland. So now Australia will feel the pressure. They have to defeat Sri Lanka now in their next match. If Australia loses to Sri Lanka, they might get eliminated in the first round itself. This T20 World Cup is heating up like anything. It is heating up big time. Imagine a team like Australia getting eliminated in the first round. 6-time ODI World Cup champions Australia. 1-time T20 World Cup champions. They are on the cusp of getting eliminated in the first round if they lose another match. So everything to play for in this tournament. That is for sure. And this win has suddenly opened up the tournament big time now. No one would have expected this to happen. We all would have thought, okay, Australia are anyways the favourites. They should be winning against Zimbabwe comfortably. But nope, Zimbabwe have turned up today. They have turned up. They started really well with the bat. Got to 169. Sikandar Raza playing a good cameo towards the end. Brian Bennett, his knock of 64 from 56 balls. It helped Zimbabwe post 169 on the board. And in reply, Australia getting bowled out for 146 in just 19.3 overs, which means that Zimbabwe, they pick up their second win in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. Zimbabwe now go 2 from 2 in this tournament, and they sit along with Sri Lanka at the top 2 spots in the points table. Well, actually, if you see, Australia have never defeated Zimbabwe in a Men's T20 World Cup match till now. Obviously, head-to-head in T20 internationals, if you look at it, head-to-head in T20 internationals between Australia and Zimbabwe, it is 2 wins for Australia, 2 wins for Zimbabwe. But in Men's T20 World Cup, the head-to-head is 2-0 in favour of Zimbabwe against Australia. Let that sink in a little bit. Absolutely brilliant win here for Zimbabwe. One of the biggest upsets you will ever see in T20 World Cup history, I would think. Zimbabwe have got the better of Australia here, and they just continue to improve as a team. They're really performing well, and they would really now have the hope of defeating Sri Lanka or Ireland and try to make it through to the Super 8. It's still not decided yet. Anything can still happen. It's a very, very funny game this. And this first round is a very, very competitive round. Even though there are many associate teams, you cannot take any of those associate teams lightly. Any team can upset anyone on a given day. And that is exactly what has happened today as well. So Zimbabwe winning this match by 23 runs. They go 2 from 2 and they strengthen their chances of qualifying for the Super 8. We'll be back again to cover the future matches of this ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. One of the biggest upsets in Men's T20 World Cup history is right here. Zimbabwe have defeated Australia in the Men's T20 World Cup 2026 after 19 long years. Let that sink in a little bit. So we'll be back again soon. Until we come back again, please like, share and subscribe to our channel Runs and Views. Take care guys, cheers and have a great day.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.